Okay, here we are. Kohler is coming back together. You kidding me? Die, bud. There we go. I don't think I did a video, or maybe I did. We'll see. Anyway, so the Kohler is back together. Got the block back, and yeah, we got the Kohler back. The block, it's back together. Everything's polished inside. No governor. Governor. Where's the governor? Got a governor hole blocked off. Still a little sticky. It is back together. As you can see, the piston does have piston slap now because he bored it too big. So now it's got about as much piston slap as old blue. And y'all didn't think that would even run, but it does have that much now. It seems to have good rings, has good compression. Spins over fine. Doesn't have any oil in it yet. The valves are kind of tight on it. That's because I shaved the head just a little bit, like maybe just 1/1000th of an inch. So that's maybe why they're tight, but a little tight. I don't think it'll be an issue. So I'm gonna leave them for now. But it's got good compression. The head has been ported and polished, and the valves have been lapped. The valves didn't come out great. They came out, honestly, they didn't come out great, but they were pretty bad to begin with. So you can see it's been ported in there and polished. You can't see how good it's actually been done, but it's like I did a lot of porting on it, and the exhaust. I'll tighten that nut down. The exhaust has been ported and polished. This has been all cleaned. The head's been cleaned. All the rust has been cleaned off the rockers and everything. I had to go through the entire thing today, but somehow I get the whole head done today. Just got the new head gasket on. Got everything in tight. Got to go ahead and tighten these down on that valve cover, and tighten that nut down on the exhaust, and that's pretty much it for the night. I guess I gotta find a cap for that, and I can put oil in it. Need a flywheel and a starter, and I'll have everything I need to get this thing going. So to find a hose for that. So next up is going to be jetting the carb, unless I get a flywheel and a starter, then I'll work on that. But next up is going to be jetting the carb. I can put the carb on, put the air filter on, and hook this hose up. These I don't need because the governor is gone, so that's gone. That's next. After that, I can't do anything until I get a flywheel and starter. So tomorrow I'm going to work on the carb, see what we can do there. Maybe I'll be able to hit the junkyard in time to get a flywheel and a starter. And we'll be having this thing back together and running by hopefully the end of the week. New oil filter, gasket, bolts have been torqued. That bolt is snapped off, but I gotta find bolts for this one. Just everything now. The entire top cover is missing old bolts, so I gotta find bolts for the top. But this thing used to be off of a okay. It was off. This one had a. This cover did had a smart spark system, but this thing in here. Oh, I gotta put the fuel pump on. Probably put that like right there or something like that. So I can work on that too probably. Carb down there. This thing here. Other than that, it's coming together pretty good now. So next time you'll see it, we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, Kohler's back. It's been honed, ported, polished, lapped, shaved head, new gaskets everywhere, ungoverned, fuel pump, the entire oil system's been gone through, all the internals been polished. It's pretty nice. We'll see how long it lasts. So I am going to end up using a stock flywheel. So, because I don't have the money after that. I know it's going to eventually destroy itself. I don't have the money for an aluminum flywheel. So I'm going to just go and get a stock flywheel and put that on it. And they're pretty darn heavy. So it's not great, but go and put that on it. And yeah. Okay, a little bit more progress on the Kohler tonight. We got fuel pump on, drilled the holes, put it on. It's gonna be the pulse, the pickup tube, or the pulse tube. It's gonna go. Oh. Okay. You can see it's in a different location now. On a bucket. That's never good. So, you may have noticed some oil from the back of it. So, yeah, let's just say that I put the oil in it. You see the, oh, look at that oil. It's so beautiful. It's so clean and beautiful in there. But you may notice there's a lot of oil dripping onto the into the bucket here. It's mostly clean, so it's the cleanest bucket I can find. So whatever's in this bucket, whatever, it'll be fine. It can't be any worse than what was in it before. But you may be wondering why there's oil dripping into the bucket from the bottom of this engine. We'll start by saying when you're building an engine, make sure putting oil in it is the very last thing you do, because it may or may not be missing my crankshaft seals. And that may or may not be why it's leaking from the bottom. So I was so concerned about getting this in so that it didn't leak, but I forgot that I didn't have crank seals. So I'm still waiting on my crank seals, and then I can put the oil back in it. So tomorrow, hopefully it'll be all drained out. I can clean it all off, put it back on the stand, leave it sit there till I get my crank seals. So, but anyway, this will be here all night now draining. But anyway, I got my fuel pump on tonight. So that's what happened there. And over here I got the carburetor on, so I got the gasket, carburetor, gasket, check the carburetor, make sure it seemed fine in there. Put this on, had to raise the air filter thing and do all that, and no much of modifying to the airbox. And finally got this airbox on, and made a hose here for this. It's finally on. I don't know if that'll last, but it should. And yeah, that's all I got done tonight. But that's a little more done. All that's left in here is this fan for the flywheel, the bolts for it, and the dipstick tube. So all I'm waiting on now is a starter. I can put that on. A little the insert for the dipstick tube, and I can put that in the dipstick tube and put the dipstick tube in. Then I can run my pulse tube here to the dipstick and tie that in and everything. And I will go over here too soon and get a gas line for this and run it to the carb after I get my bolts to bolt this down, because this thing still needs bolts. And I still need a flywheel. So I can put my flywheel on, put my fan on, put my covers on. And I also need the crankshaft seals before I can do that. And I believe that's it. So yeah, this thing's getting pretty close to running. But right now we've got this little oil leak. Actually, it's a very big oil leak. But yeah, just coming right along. Well, all the Kohler is pretty much done. We're going to hopefully finish it right now. Get the 9-star boot on the flywheel. Except for 2 of them. Hopefully those won't pop off. I should have put some JB1 on them. That would have helped. I've got it all hooked up to the stand besides the fuel and stuff. Gotta hook the battery up. But that's easy. Yeah, put the fuel pump line on, get the starter on. Exhaust manifold, since I run it, I'm going to cut that off. So that's going to when I get back from Florida, so I got to get this done right now because I'm getting ready to leave for Florida. Okay, there's that. Seems like it's seems alright. I don't know why it's not going down further, but it's what it is. Okay. We'll just put this on now, I guess. Alright, flywheel is on. Got all the bolts out of it, except for that one snapped a little while. I don't know if it was there when I got it. I got all the bolts out of it. So these. I got the cover. We're gonna put the cover on. I want to have this on before I go. Flywheel's on. I can't start it today because, well, one, I'm leaving, but two, the magnets are still setting. The JB Weld is. Hopefully it doesn't break. Hopefully the piston survives. Hopefully it doesn't do any knocking, which it probably will, but we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. Let's cover on. This is the first time I've ever seen it with all its parts on it actually fully complete. So this is a big moment here. Let's pull it. That's right there. Ooh, popped it right in place. Alright, wind up back here. That's gonna be hard lining her up right there. I'm gonna be able to get that one in. There we go, boys and girls. That is the Kohler. I'll put these bolts in and get back to you then. Here we are. The Kohler is officially complete. Got everything. Flywheel covers bolted down. This hose is all bolted on, or tied down and everything. Good. Oh yeah. So when I get back, about a week from now, I'm gonna hook up this line. Maybe make some wiring harness to hook up to this. That's what the Mount Murray has. Throw some gas in it. See what we get. Should move it right now. You know? I'm not hearing too much knock now that the oil's in her. You know, I've never heard this motor spin by the starter. I never heard it run. So coming up soon, that's what I'm gonna hear. So yeah.